Hey guys, welcome to another Awakening showcase, and today we're going to be checking out Ryan's Awakening. An Awakening that, not gonna lie, I've been kind of looking forward to because Ryan was already fun on its own before, but now with the Awakening update, I'm not gonna lie, I've been having even more fun with this character. He did receive some pretty cool upgrades from what I can tell and experience on my own, so it's really nice to see him in action like this. As always, as you can see here, I have already the 4th skill and the Awakening skill unlocked, and we're going to be checking them out together. I already seen people use the 4th skill, but the Awakening skill is still something that is a mystery to me. I still haven't seen it yet myself, much like the majority of the Awakening skills so far. Here's my Ryan sitting at 334k total attack, which is not bad by any means. It's just not good enough, I would say. He will still be able to pull punches though, so bear it with me here. For jobs, we're going to be using the 4th job, which I think is just one of the best jobs to go for at the moment. And the 2nd job, which I just kind of have fun with it. And for this video, I'm honestly feeling very confident with Ryan. So we're going to be doing Great Explosion of Conant with this character as the first little thing to do. Then we're going to hop in on Wizard's Labyrinth, which is, I feel like it's an okay level to just give it a shot every once in a while. And then finally, we're gonna just finish it up with Void Invasion. I feel like we can get to 3F for Ryan, even if he's at 300k, because I'm that confident in Ryan. Watch that bite me in the ass later. So before we do start, I would like to say, if you like these sort of content and like to see more Grand Chase content in the future, you're more than welcome to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because we do Grand Chase content here on a weekly basis. And as a new goal for the channel, we are looking for 1,000 subscribers until, say, May 22nd, which according to some research, that is when I'm gonna get 1,000 subscribers in this channel. So if you'd like to help out on that, your subscribe is already very much appreciated for me. Ugh, I cannot speak for my life. Anyway, so let's just jump right in here. Hold on, can I actually just start with this? Yeah, baby! Hell yeah. The slowest descent to history, that's great. For Ryan in itself though, when it comes to his changes, I don't think much change. I think with Ryan, the most things that change is his transformations, which I'm going to show them one at a time because that is just way better. And I feel like this level is very appropriate for it because we have 3 steps, so therefore we can start with the 3 transformations. So starting off with Werewolf. Outside of the different model, he did become very flexible as far as I can tell. Like you can do some very good stuff with this character personally. I've been really just doing this with him because it just feels natural to combo with it, and it's like really good. Like constant damage by any means. Also, something that is also pretty funny, he has super armor, which I don't know how exactly Ryan's supposed to die because he has super armor, so I'm still kind of wondering how do you die with a character like this, because with super armor you just technically don't die ever. But you can still kind of just dodge, so I can imagine it does require some sort of condition for that to happen. So then we have the 2nd transformation, which I will actually just try to do it in the wing just so he can do some damage to it. Or just kill it like instantly. That also works. Also, he also received a model change, which he looks really cool, dude. He just looks bigger and more menacing than normal, which is really nice. Unfortunately, he didn't got any like new skills by any means, which is kind of disappointing considering how he only just have 1. But I suppose that's fine because I personally think this transformation is like really good to just mess around with. I'm just not that used to playing with it, so I'm a little untrained on the 2nd job mostly. But I do know there is an attack in here that they increase the damage of it, which I suppose is very appreciated. I'm just gonna actually enjoy this moment and just do the 4th skill. I somehow missed direction, but that was a little embarrassing. But Ryan does essentially just hit the floor really hard. I'll try to get that one again because I think the laser just kind of stood in the way. Okay, we're just gonna do the good old combo of 2 transformations, which you can still do, which I personally think that's great. Ooh. Okay, this is actually a interesting situation. As much as I don't know how much my hyper armor can like defend me, I'd rather not risk trying that. Although it would be important, I guess, to know, right? Because I don't know exactly how would the transformation die like this, because with hyper armor it just feels like you're invincible all the time. Yeah, you just okay, I guess you just don't die. It's that easy. 4th skill again. There you go. It's just like a big plunge. Not much to talk about it. Very cool visually, I suppose. Yeah, that's how crazy. He actually doesn't die. They really said that Ryan is invincible for 30 seconds. That's crazy to me. I suppose he will die if, like, I get countered. So, I suppose it is not all that invincible. So that makes me wonder if the third transformation is also invincible like that, because all of them have hyper armor. Does that mean he just doesn't die? that would be pretty funny, but I don't think that's the case. I suppose we can try, right? I mean, I do have lives to spare. So on that note, I'm just gonna do this, and we'll see how far we can do here. By the way, these different particles that they added to his attacks is like really cool. Look, oh my god, he fucking he fucking killed her so fast. How fast is this gonna kill her? No, not a lot, because the shield kind of protects her. Also, third transformation now also gets critical rate increase, which is, it's crazy that they even decided to buff this guy. This guy was already busted as it is. But then they're like, hey, we're gonna increase his attack even more now with this buff. Dude, he just didn't fucking die. What? Why did they give him this? It's funny because I already talked how Ryan was already a god because of this third transformation, but Jesus Christ, these fucking moans. But now I feel like he's just even more busted. I don't know, we're gonna try some more here because I'm not that convinced that he's just immortal now. But if he is, that's like extremely funny. Alright, so let's jump into Witch's Labyrinth. And in this one, I'm gonna actually just try to play around without transforming that much. Because the thing with Ryan is that he's extremely heavy dependent on transformations most of the time. Even though you can play with him without transforming. Most of it is like damage input. I feel like it's not as much impactful if you were like using the transformations, which is, it's fair enough. Like, they really want you to use the transformations for Ryan, and some people do actually play transformalist Ryan, which I don't think there's personally anything wrong with it, but it's obvious that comparing damage outputs, it's like there's a difference between just playing transform-wise and not transform-wise. Like, it's a lot more slower, and I feel like the damage isn't that much impactful, I would say. But you can still do the work done here, so, like, yeah, as you can see there, I was able to do just fine. The thing is, though, I can guarantee it, if I did transform, it would have been so much faster. Let's make a comparison. I'm going to try to do the best setup for transformations, and we'll see just how fast that's going to just basically finish the level for me. So we're just going to do Werehog, and then my good old boy here, Power Ranger. I'm just going to do this. Because this attack, for some reason, is extremely broken. Like, look, look how much damage that did. Jesus Christ. And they gave him super armor, by the way. The fucking noises. Yeah, he's dead. That was like 10 seconds faster, I believe. It could have been a little faster, obviously, but the point really is, with transformations, it's just so much better. Which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with playing Ryan on your own without using the transformations. It's just with the transformations, there's just like a big difference on performance that it's like crazy. And we're gonna figure out how crazy by just playing the Void, which, not gonna lie, I am just as curious to know how far we can go with this. Maybe I'll do 2 runs on this. One where I just play with transformations, and the other without transformations, just to see if it's possible to do this with untransformed Ryan. Without any transformations, I feel like it is possible to do, like, we get to 2F, but I sincerely believe with this transformation alone, we can get like to 3F. Like, that's just how I'm very confident in Ryan, personally. And it's funny because I'm not even a Ryan man, I'm just a Ryan appreciator. Like I keep saying, like, Ryan is just a fun character. I got countered. How did I get countered? It's funny because when you get countered by him, it doesn't even feel like you get countered because of the hyper armor. It's just so funny. It just happens naturally. Ow, okay. Look at he can't stop me, dude. I am just an unstoppable machine. Also, the fact you can just recover your MP with 3 hits, it's extremely funny. But just know how broken this transformation is. Okay, we're gonna untransform and just do this. Ooh, we actually need to test his awakening skill. I haven't got a chance to do that yet. We're gonna do it now, actually. Oh god, Thunderbolts and Lightning. It's very, very frightening. Pretty cool looking, actually. I do enjoy that one. Another 4th skill in here. Maybe we'll do some good old wolf action here for now. Is it any different than playing with the other version of it? I don't know. I should actually make just a test just to see if transformations can actually just die, because I'm kind of also convinced that he can't. Like, yeah, look, he does not get hit at all. It's so weird, man. Why did they give him like a hyper armor forever? He just doesn't die. That's so crazy. How are you supposed to die with Ryan? I guess if you get countered, it really is, I guess, that, isn't it? Alright. we did 1F. I mean, that's already a victory for me. I don't really care. But I really would like to get to 3F with this, just because it's just so funny to me. I'm pressing the wrong key, actually. I need to do this. Like, look how much damage this attack does. It's so crazy. Let's see how the 4th skill does. I feel like I keep missing. That did like 10 bars of health. Okay, I'm just gonna casually just do what needs to be done here and just prepare for the end game here. I actually wanted to get hit there just to see if that did anything to me. You know what? I'm actually gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna let this hit me. Just to see. My man is invincible. There's no way. There's just no way. He doesn't fucking die. They really made Ryan invincible. Who inside the development team said, I like Ryan, and then proceeded to make him invincible? There's no way. Oh my god, this is the best update ever. I wasn't even paying attention at the time. I was just having so much fun with Ryan. Hold on, I will play with Ryan here in just a second. I just need to know, how does he die? If it just means you transform and you're alive forever, then it's like Grand Chase just turned into the easiest game of all time. Ryan just became like the best character in the game for me, just because of the fact he doesn't die. I'm actually just trying to think like what other attack could like kill him. I can't really think of much. Maybe falling, but like there's no end game falling death attack, if we can say. I would try to get counter just to see if that kills me, but I don't think it does. Okay, the jumping attack is also pretty useless. Alright. No, getting counter also doesn't kill you either. What? Why would they make this? Like, yeah, it doesn't kill me either. That's so why? I mean, I'm all in for it, sure. Lore accurate Ryan is just invincible now. They really look at his kid in mobile and said, oh yeah, he's a tank. Yes, let's make him immune to damage while he's transformed. I suppose the only way he does die if you just suddenly Wait, what just happened? Why am I alive? What? Hello? Wait, what happened here? Why is Ryan not dying? He also got hyper armor and I'm not aware of? bug report question mark? Alright, so now we're gonna jump in and we're not going to transform at all with Ryan. I'll actually make an exception where I will transform, but it will be only for getting buffs and nothing more, like this. And I just miss like instantly. I hate Void Invasion. That's just there's no punchline here. I genuinely hate this man. And we're just gonna do this and then we'll see how much Ryan can perform here. So far he is doing about the same as normal, I suppose. The one thing here that I do need to say, Ryan combos, it still doesn't feel good to me. He still feels very much the same, and by that I mean he's still a little bit slow and attacks doesn't feel like he connect that well still, which is pretty weird. Specifically for fourth job, this part of the job specifically kind of feels weird to me. Sometimes my attacks feel like it will connect, but then Ryan just make like a double attack or out of nowhere, which can be a little bit annoying for me. It's a little hard to explain in words, but I'll try to kind of just say what I mean. Like, I can probably feel like at one point my combo is done, but if I just try to move away, he will still like do like a double attack. Try to kind of just show what I mean. Yeah, right there. Like at that point, I thought you were able to move, but no, you kind of just are still able to continue the combo, which is crazy. Oh no, there you go. I was able to do the awakening skill. I was pressing the wrong key. I was pressing G. No, don't fly! Why do you always fly at the worst timing possible? It's like you know I'm recording or something. We have 10 seconds of buff here. I'm just gonna do this attack, which this attack is also pretty good, by the way. It's just really good. Okay. This, we're gonna just throw a roar at him just because we can. This and then this. There we go. I missed explosion. Kind of had a feeling it would. 1 minute, 153 bars. I think it's possible. If I just don't fuck it up like I normally do, it will be possible. Whoa, okay, calm down, Ryan. This is the power of a crit does. Okay, we're just gonna do this. I think this attack actually does more damage, but I'm never that sure. I don't know which version of the fourth job is better. It's a little bit of a mystery. I suppose it depends on the content. Okay, my buff is out. There's 1 minute in the clock. We're just gonna do this, and hopefully this is gonna be for a game! Yeah, let's go! Yeah, so like the two of them, it's fine, but obviously Transform Ryan, it just has much more damage potential than normal Ryan. Which again, I feel like that's what they're trying to do for Ryan. They're trying to essentially make you play Transform Ryan a lot more. Because I also know there's people who don't play with Transformation Ryan, and now specifically after this update, I feel like that show... He did 999? 300k, by the way. That I am shocked by that damage. Like, not gonna lie. Okay, and on that surprising note, I think I'm just gonna end the video there. Overall, alright, there's a lot for me to talk about for Ryan. I'm just gonna talk about pieces here. When it comes to his fourth skill and awakening skill, I think visually the awakening skill is really interesting. I mean, I guess in comparison to some of the other characters, I feel like he is the weakest one, but I still really enjoy the effects and visual of it. I suppose in one way it does scream Ryan to me, so I really do enjoy it visually, the awakening skill. The fourth skill, I personally not a fan of it, honestly. Visually, I think it's too fast. It's like a big slash to the ground and explodes. And it also gave me like Sighard vibes to it in a way, but Sighard's obviously he does a little cut and then another one that explodes. Ryan just does the explosion at the end, which I don't know. It makes me feel like this could have been a little bit longer in some way. I don't know. I just felt too short, and I guess for now, I would say Ryan is my least favorite of these animations for the 4th skill, only because it was fast and like it wasn't anything special. He just does like a big smash on the floor and that's it. I suppose that is like Ryan accurate behavior. He does smash things when necessary. Personally, I don't really feel like this new 4th skill does replace a lot of his 4th skills already, because the majority of his 4th skills, I feel like it's pretty decent. People who know how to use the totem at the right timing and place can make a good use of this. I think the totem is pretty good on levels like Void Taint or Void 2 for those who don't know the names. The second job, I don't know much about it either. I do know that this skill can be a little bit iffy. It's easy to hit, but I don't know how much damage it does for comparison. But though for this one, I think the new 4th skill is also better just because it's faster. This one takes like a few seconds and you can aim for better assistance and accuracy. But when it comes to damage, I don't know which one is better. So I suppose it does depend on your style, really. So for third job, I don't think it's good to change this one, only because this attack here is full range as far as I know, and it's just a really good 4th skill in itself. So like it's a really good one. So I don't feel like it's worth changing for the new one, only because of the fact that this one is like a full range as far as I know. Like it goes all over the screen. And as for the 4th job, I think it can depend really. In a Dismal Path, this one could really be a good one. Although, don't think it's very good for stuff like the Void or anything that's just one big enemy and you have to kill it. So maybe this one is a good alternative. I think for 4th job you can hang around with these two. It just depends on the scenario what you're going for. Like, oh, you're doing Abyssal Path, go with the old one. Or you're doing Void, and then go for the other one. And as for Ryan himself, I'm actually a little bit disappointed when playing with just Ryan in itself. Like, playing Ryan feels a little bit like nothing changed other than his speed movement. His combos still feel very much the same, which it could be just because I play 4th job and 2nd job. Like, I didn't really feel much of a difference between these two. 1st job definitely did got like some changes that are like noticeable, from at least from what I played with it a little bit. It definitely feels a little better to mess around with this one. So for people who use 1st job, I think you could probably tell a difference. And the 3rd job, I suppose, which I've seen people play with this one a lot, and I can only imagine it's really fun to mess around with. I just really don't have the chance to play with this one because mine is just really bad. And as for the transformations, I think the transformations got like the massive buff for Ryan. The fact that the 3 of them have hyper armor and technically they can't die, it's like, it's a big deal, specifically for me, because this makes like the game a little more easier than it needs to be. Like, death is no longer an option for Ryan. It's just an inconvenience if you play with transformations. Though I will say, personally, from these transformations, I actually have a lot of fun with the Wolf transformation the most. I don't know why. Like, Wolf still kind of feels weird for me. He feels so much more flexible that it honestly kind of makes me enjoy him a little more to mess around with. He's definitely a fast job now. His attacks now connect and it feels good to play with Wolf. And when it comes to Magnus, I don't really have much to talk about him. Magnus is just amazing, really. He was already amazing before, and now he's even more amazing because for some reason they thought, hey, we'll make him much stronger now, and here we are. This chance of crit buff that they give him is like pretty nice, I would say, and I feel like it makes sense considering how back then he was the only one who doesn't have like a buff when you transform into him, so it really helps him out a lot, specifically if you do the combination like I was doing with Wolf. It's so good. Like, Magnus before was like easy mode, and now after this Awakening update, it feels like he's baby mode now, because like you saw, I just cannot die with Magnus, so like there's nothing to be afraid of for the most part, I feel like. And then there is Nephilim, which I think of the 3, I think it's one of my least favorites, strangely enough. I do enjoy playing with Nephilim, but it's still kind of awkward to attack with him. It still feels like I drop my combos every once in a while, but that could be because I'm not that used to Nephilim anymore. I used to play a lot of him back when the game came out, but after a few updates and nerfs of this transformation, this job became a little bit unplayable. It could be just because I'm not used to it anymore, but I still think this job is pretty nice as well. The defense that it gives is also extremely helpful. It's like an additional 50% and then 20% for allies. It's a really good buff, I would say. It's extremely situational, but I still think it's a good one. And I think Nephilim himself can be pretty fun once you get the hang of it and play around with him. Wouldn't say as much fun than Wolf and Magnus, by any means not Magnus, but it's a fun little thing. If you don't want to play with Wolf, then you can play with Nephilim. So yeah, overall Ryan really surprised me more than I thought he would. Like, he is now a much better character in some aspects. I kind of wish they kind of messed around a little more with Ryan himself and not his transformations. There's some things here and there that I still think it could have changed, like the combo still doesn't feel natural to me. But to be fair on Ryan, that is possibly not even his fault. It's probably just me who is not used to Ryan. I don't play with him too much or too often, even though I really love playing with Ryan, and I do love him even more now. So maybe that's just a thing of getting used to it at the end of the day. So I won't say as much of his problem. I feel like it's just a me issue. But yeah, other than that, I think Ryan is now an amazing character to mess around with, only because of that hyper armor. Like, what were they thinking with that hyper armor? Can you imagine if every character has hyper armor like that? Definitely Ryan Felix is now like the character to recommend people to start the game with, just because of the fact that like hyper armor just exists on him now, and Magnus is just invincible all the way through. So yeah, on that note, I think I'm going to leave the showcase there, because I feel like enough has been said. Like I said before, if you enjoyed this sort of video and like to see more Grand Chase in the video, you're more than welcome to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because we do Grand Chase content here on a weekly basis. And you're more than welcome to leave in the comments what you guys thought of Ryan. Are you having this much fun like I am, or is there something here and there that makes you not play with Ryan? Maybe the fact that Ryan is a little more transformation heavy, or the combos also don't feel good for you. You're more than welcome to leave in the comments below. I always like to read what people think about the character as it is now. So yeah, on that note, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day today. Stay awesome, stay safe, have a great farm section today, and remember to... I don't know, I forgot. We'll see each other next time. Peace.